What's up, everybody? My name is Phil, and this is Fishing with Phil. Or Phil's Fishing. I don't know. I haven't decided yet. Maybe we'll throw it on the poll. Travis, throw it up on the polls later. We're gonna see what these people want. Alright. Here's the first bloke I got today. Not too bad. Caught it on the purple worm with the pink tail here. Gonna throw him on the scale, see how big he is. But he hit right off about the second try. Not too bad looking. Alright, so that first guy there was about 1.5 pounds, 16 inches. Like I said, he hit right off the bat there, so let's see if we can get another one. We'll have the camera set up so we can watch the next one. So we're gonna keep moving down along this bank here. I've scouted it out a couple of times already this summer, so I know a good spot up here so we can hopefully catch one and show y'all how it's done. We'll give you guys a view so you guys can see how I'm reeling in. Like I said, I just do a slow, consistent reel. Every now and then I'll give it a little jerk, try to drive some attention to it, get a little action from some of those bass that are swimming by. So sit tight. I'll show you what's going on here, and hopefully we can catch one. Just give it a little flick to get it out there. Nice steady reel. At this particular lake, I've had a lot of luck with the purple worm. Last time I used a white stripe, this time I'm using a pink tail. Just something about that purple drives them nuts. Again, driving that little action, those little flicks in there, give it a little wiggle. So you'll see here just a nice steady reel, a couple little bobs here and there, nothing fancy. There we go. Oh, that's what happens when you don't set the hook hard enough. We'll get him. We'll come back and get him. Man, it's like that camera came on and the fish were like, oh, you're trying to make an example of us. We'll show you what's up. They want nothing to do with me anymore. We'll switch it up a little bit. See if we can't draw them in with a little bit different. I know a lot of people don't use swivels. They just rather tie their worms on like a professional. Well, I'll tell you what, I'm not a professional. That's why I use a swivel. Use a swivel if you're not a professional. It's easy. I want to apologize for blowing up on everybody there. I know it's not your fault. Some of you might even be saying, Phil, what's a swivel? Well, this right here, my friends, is a swivel. Sorry, incompetent, I guess. Swivel. Alright, so this is a swivel right here. This bad boy makes it so all you gotta do is open up that little clamp, close that little clamp. Aren't those some pretty clouds in the background? This is a beautiful screensaver. Alright, so I'm just opening that up. We're gonna switch it out. We're gonna switch from the worm to a little rattle trap here. I don't know what it is. I love these green and orange ones. I think they drive me wild, so I just assume they're gonna drive the fish wild. Let's see. So, here's a rattle trap we're going with. Like I said, I love these little green ones. I think some people call it leopard spot. Some people call it tiger. I call it tiger. Rawr. Alright, so for these guys, it's almost just a continuous bounce as you're reeling it in. Just a slow, steady reel. This area of the lake's pretty full of junk. We might not be able to get away with this one. Doesn't have any. So that worm that I was using has some guards on it. So little things that come up over the hook so that when you're dragging it through some grass or some weeds, you don't really got to worry about nothing. But this guy, those hooks are bare. So Makes it nice when you're trying to sink it in on a fish, but not so much when you're trying to get it through some grass. These rattle traps, when they move through the water, naturally have a little sway to them, a little rattle in there, hence they get the name rattle trap. Really, again, entices the bass or whatever's near it to think that it might be a wounded fish, and then try to get it to pounce on it a little bit quicker. Similar to with the worm, when you want to give it those little jerks, you're trying to simulate, something that's wounded, easier prey, something for those bass to come after, especially on those hot summer days. The rattle trap or the little jerks to make it seem wounded, those bass, they're hot, they're tired just like you. They don't really want to do a ton of work. This guy, I like him. He's getting caught in too many weeds. Can't have him be caught in weeds. Dang, son. So, I got me a new Father's Day present we're gonna whip out here. Freshly imported from China, we got the Topwater Popper. That you hear in there is a rattle. So similar to the rattle trap, it's gonna simulate that noise, make it think that we got a wounded fish over here. You can't resist, he's gonna come in, snatch it right up. Let's get him. We're gonna switch it up to a jig head this time. So these little jigs here, you see I got a blue and red one, got that red eye. Sweet stuff. But what it's gonna do, it's gonna catch me a fish, hopefully. Because I really want to show you guys how to catch fish. And so far the only fish I caught wasn't on camera, so you don't even know that it was me. It was. Don't you call me a liar. Back to old reliable. These purple worms, that's where it's at. This one you can see here, it's got a little fancy little gizmo up there at the top. I don't know. Okay, so that spot didn't work. We're just gonna keep moving down the bank. Again, still a beautiful day. If anybody needs a screensaver, just go ahead. There you go. Throw that up. Use it as you wish. I won't hold any license agreements or anything against you. Fish are a bunch of teases. Last time I was here, this is where I caught most of mine, but there we go. Alright, we got one on here. We're just gonna take her slow and steady. Not the biggest one again, but we came back to that purple worm. Just that slow, steady reeling, and she came right in for it. So here we go. We got our purple worm, that little lead on there to drive that attention. Gonna have to get my pliers out again. Sunk it in. Oh, nope, we're good. All right. So this little girl, she's not much for weighing. So we'll go ahead and let her go. But I just want to show y'all that's how it's done. All right, this is a test to see if my voice, nope, there's a delay. I don't like it. So I just want to go through with you guys what Phil's Fishing, Fishing with Phil, whatever we decide on naming this channel, what it's all about. So what I'm going to do in a series of videos is I'm going to take you fishing with me. I don't have a boat. I don't have, live in Florida where the bass are 10 to 20 pounds, it seems like. I'm from the Midwest. I live in Nebraska. I'm going to be fishing from the banks. I'm going to be showing you how to tie on some different lures. I'm going to be showing you when to and when not to throw some different things. I'm going to go over some tips and tricks on, whether the weather can affect your fishing, because believe it or not, it really does truly affect what you should be looking for in where you're fishing, as well as what you should be throwing when you're fishing as well. You'll always have that go-to lure. Mine's purple worm. I will always go to purple worm no matter what it is. But I also know that when it's scorching hot outside, I need to start looking for some shaded areas. I need to start trying to get into the deep. I need to start trying to look in the grass and the weeds, maybe switch it up to some rattle traps, some different things like that that will really drive the fish in. So I'm going to be educating us all on those different features and things to look for when you're fishing. We're going to have a fun time. So I hope you enjoy this channel and what it becomes. I know it's going to just keep getting better from here. And again, it's all from a fairly new perspective. I've been fishing my whole life, but the spin rod, going for the game fish such as bass, it's all relatively new. I've always done, catfish, bluegill, little stuff like that to drive and have some fun. So bear with me. I look forward to what this channel becomes, and thank you for checking it out. Everybody, I'm not gonna lie, I was just scared for my life. See all that sand back there? Yeah, that's like a great big beehive. I just walked on top of a great big beehive. Scared me. I'm still alive. There will be more videos, don't worry. Keep on keeping on, carry on. Something else.